Alright everyone, what is going on and welcome back to today's video. Today's video will be back with episode number 15 of the Outer Worlds playthrough. We're here right where we left off last episode, still on the Groundbreaker, ready to go into Sublight Salvage and Shipping to talk to Lilia, I believe her name is. Yeah, Lilia Hagen. Now that we have the nav key, we can acquire the quest from her on our way to Stellar Bay, the Monarch, whatever you want to call it, which we probably will end up going to this episode. I do not see myself delaying it any longer. That quest wants us to go to Monarch. This quest, we can do that once we get back to the ship, obviously. Informed of the world, you have a nav key, so back on the ship, and then we have this. That's all of our side quests at the moment, so I don't really see us taking any other directions. I think we'll definitely stay focused on this, and I think that's what we'll... There's no other explanation needed. That's what we're going to end up doing it. So thank you for checking this video out. One thing I do want to mention before we get too far into this intro, and hopefully people are still listening, is this will be the video after the ending of Fallout. And let me know what you want to see next. I think if no one leaves any suggestions, I'm probably going to do a playthrough of Guardians of the Galaxy. Or something else. Guardians of the Galaxy is what comes to mind at the moment. But if someone leaves a recommendation of a game I do own, I probably will get into that over my suggestion just because, why not? But yeah, please do leave something that you'd want to see. If no one does, then I'll just pick something I want to play and we'll see how it goes there. But with that said, that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys for checking this video out, and also make sure to come check out my Twitch stream. Links in the description down below. Leave a like on the video and drop a sub notification bell. All of that is in the description down below. Otherwise, let's start taking this elevator up so we're not fucking around any longer. But that's all I really have to say. That covers pretty much all of the intro, and without further ado, let's talk to Lilia.
If this is something Tobias could handle, see yourself out the door.
I got a nav key.
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna Warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
What's Sublight doing in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
How unconventional, asking for a friend.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
What kind of salvage are we looking for? I'll ask the questions, why not?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
So I'm going up to Alta Vitae gas. What exactly is that? Yeah.
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
Alright.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Sounds shady? Yeah, understood.
You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
I ain't worried if you aren't, Captain. Honest.
There was no need for that input there, Pavati. Alright, let's go back to the ship.
Millstone, Sublight agent. I like the sound of that.
We got two things to do on the ship. Talk to Phineas again. He might even ask us to go up to his ship because we haven't been up there yet. So that might be a little bit of a, what's the word, sub route. That's not the word I'm looking for. Alternate route. It'll do. That's what I'm trying to say. I know there's a better word for it, but a detour. That's it. Bit of a detour from the main quest. But that's okay. I've never shied away from taking a detour from the main quest.
That pad down there, with the lights off?
She's not talking to me. Yeah, so we'll pick up the two quest lines here, and then I think we can go talk to Phineas, even if he doesn't. I don't know, we'll go check out the Hope. Actually, is he on the Hope? I have no idea, but anyway. We will get into that and then we'll probably head to Stellar Bay. It will be there within this episode. Don't get me wrong, we will be there within this episode. There's still other planets I could stop in at too, but I think we just follow the main story in a way. I don't want to steer too far away from it, but I also don't really know what it look like. Are going to these alternate planets going to give me good side quests? I don't know.
Captain.
They were arguing about sports. Just I don't call that an argument. That's a friendly debate. But I guess Robot doesn't know that. That's why they said arguing. Makes sense. I don't know if you can contact Phineas on here. I assume
Welcome
you can.
back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
There you go. Doesn't this guy have a life? I'll say that. Why not?
I don't believe so, Captain. Transmission incoming.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
You sound like you've been there.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
A hotbed of political activity. Sounds like fun. It does.
I certainly wouldn't call it boring, especially if your idea of fun involves navigating a hostile biosphere populated by carnivorous monsters. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
I probably should ask
Come
questions.
see me in my lab. I'll answer.
Alright. Ooh, level up. Okay, I'm up with that. Alright, we are negatively affected due to that drug negative thing I picked up, so let me quickly use some, just so I can actually get a good look at my statistics. It's not what I wanted to do, I just wanted to use it, not... I don't know which ones are considered as drugs and which one aren't. That's water, so I doubt that's a drug. Alright, there you go, that's fixed. Before I do anything else, I do want to quickly fix my... I can add... yeah, the only consumable I really need on the fly is definitely Adrenos, or Adrenos, whatever you call them, so I don't think I really need to play with that. I think we go with the... Wasn't my persuade a lot higher? Like... I don't know. I get the buffs when I step off the ship, don't I? These are just my base statistics. Okay, yeah, I get it. Well, that'll do. We'll leave that on 70 for now. I think Lion Intimidate can sit at 50, and then I probably won't touch them again. Tech can get... Yeah, the rest can go into tech, why not? Apply that. Now we got perks. This might unlock the next tier. Yes, it does. Alright. I did not want to do that though. I was just trying to figure out if that's the next tier upgrade. Movement penalty, companion stuff doesn't really matter. Base armor rating, companion critical hit chance. I think we can just lower our prices and that'll do for now. I won't play with it too much. What else do we have here? Yeah, we'll look into those once we actually get a level that we can upgrade in with that tier. Alright, so with that said, Pavati on the ship was also a quest and she's walking off. As I get there, man. Come on, Pavati. You ain't gonna do me like that. Alright, let's talk to her. This is a quest, so...
Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun. And I tried some things I never would have otherwise. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me.
Did you talk to her? I know one thing, it's how to starve. Yeah.
I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Were there any funny typos? At least there's no bad poetry. Not so bad.
I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
So she does like you, and she said it in the most awkward way possible. The Isabel crisis was all a big misunderstanding. Yeah, I think that's what...
Yeah. In my defense, it's not like June was all too clear about what she was trying to say. She still ain't. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
All good. Alright, what's next? Does that end the quest completely, or is there another step? Quest complete? There you go. That's good. Okay. I think we can stop in at his lab. Terra 2's pretty clear at the moment. Typhon we're yet to touch. Hephaestus we're yet to touch. Can I even go to these places? No, I can't. The only ones I can go to are Scylla, which I did stop in at already, but it was very brief. And Monarch, which is where we're going now. We'll stop in and finish his lab. We'll have a look around. Why not? We haven't been there yet, so...
We have successfully
I do want to steal some of his
Captain,
stuff as well,
and we
so...
are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Good question. Alright, so we got a bit to do on Monarch once we get there. Just, as I said, a quick little detour here. It seems how he did mention that he can answer some more of our questions. I don't see the harm in quickly stopping in here. It won't be too long, well, at least even if it tries to drag it out, I'll try to ensure that it doesn't take too long. He might even give us a side quest, which definitely wouldn't be complaining about.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud.
There you go, see I can start looting some of his shit. This is going to take 4 of my mag locks. Will it be worth it?
It's all on the wrist.
Plasma launcher is what I'm using at the moment as far as... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back up here. Not back, we never went up here.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
You're right. Why you got yourself locked in there, champ? Who's this lad? Bubbles. Respect the Bubbles. He's killed a cis pig over there. We can't be having this. I'll take a poster. Why not? I will look around. Maybe this will give away how little I really should trust this guy. Well, I just used that to bypass. There's nothing there though. I don't really need cyst pig hide, I don't think. Maybe I do. It's just the way I'm looking at it at the moment. I don't need it. There you go, we're getting a reasonable amount of loot. I can't complain.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yeah, right. I'd say that's as well explored as it's gonna get.
Thanks a lot. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Okay. For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the Hope. You could have asked me before shoving me into an escape pod. I don't think that's necessary. Any chance you could repair that monitoring device? I don't know. Yeah, I'll ask that.
The one I gave you before your pod landed? Ruined, beyond repair. Impossible to find replacement parts. That's Halcyon Manufacturing for you. Don't worry about it. I'm reasonably certain you're not going to spontaneously expire. No need to monitor your recovery.
And that reminds me, I appreciate you pulling me out. Yeah.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
Yeah, we'll
Of
ask
course.
that. There probably is other
What's on
questions to ask. There a reason you're hiding behind some bulletproof? Yeah, true, that's a good question.
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
I don't need to talk to him. Yeah, that was just a quick little stop in. I didn't plan to spend much time there, and as you can see, we did not spend much time there, maybe like 4 minutes, if that. Oh no, but with that said, that's all I have to do here. So, there'll be like multiple load screens involved in this, so I'll cut this out. But, I will take us to Monarch, that's where we're gonna go. And we will stop in there. Once we get there, I'll cut back to you guys. Okay, so about halfway through this loading screen now, I'm taking a guess. I'm not sure if it'll put us straight into a quest or some sort of like interaction. I don't think it will, but I thought I'd start talking now anyway. Here we are in Monarch though. We made our way over here, obviously. Otherwise, there's not really much else to say. We're just ready to get through this. Maybe I was wrong about that halfway. That wasn't that bad. But there was two landing points here. I just want to make that clear. It's taking its time to load in, damn. And I decided to go to Stellar Bay first, because that's obviously what we've been working towards the last 14 episodes, yeah. So, I stopped in here first, we'll have a look around here, and then we'll go from there. But I believe, out of all the stuff I have to do here, speak with Nyoka, that was what Mr. Lilia wants me to go 96 meters away. Alright, well I'll get the tour first, which comes from this lady here, or whoever this individual is, I believe Nyoka is. Hey, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Grimm's waiting there for me.
Hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Yeah, give me a second, champ. Just looking around. Hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna steal some stuff real quick. Why does that actually look like a good attachment? Weapon, sorry. Alright, Grimm, what can I do for you?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you. Whatever, I'm not. You seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Corvus. I'd prefer to travel discreetly. I'll just say Captain Corvus.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay really this isolated? I suppose so. If we needed a nav key to get in here. Yeah, I'll ask that.
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You know what I expected?
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Suppose I should be speaking to this Mr. Sun.
We don't get
I didn't mean to do that. My apologies.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe... Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe...
What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Yeah, I can ask.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Okay, thank you, Grim, for the introduction. Now let's look around a bit. Who are you? Irrelevant?
You wanna talk
Yeah,
to
work
boss?
out.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Alright, what do we have here? This is a dead end.
Hey, that's against regulation. What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah, good. Get away from me. You're an average person. Why the hell do you care if I'm stealing? We'll check in here first, I suppose. This dude has a name.
Can a
Talk
man
to him.
enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
You've got a lot of brass for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
What the hell are you talking about?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
You missed the good old days.
Days
there
of
we go.
consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be. Fair enough, he's got nothing for me. This place seems reasonably big, but it just depends how many buildings are actually accessible, I suppose. He's got nothing. Maguire.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
How well do you know it?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
So you're not used to seeing new faces? What is this? Nah, that's all. Alright, let's talk to Nyoka.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. Don't interrupt, it's rude.
Good.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
I'm Corvus. Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
I'll stay in chat, but you look like you've had enough. I'll say that.
Another in a long line of damn fools trying to cut me off. I'll buy my own poison then. What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
I'm told you can help me find an information broker. Vacation. Just seeing what it's like. Yeah, we might as well just get straight to the point.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
I'm not in the mood to fetch things. How much time do you need? I don't need an escort. Just tell me how to get to Devil's Peak. I mean, she seems like someone, maybe, she seems like someone you could recruit as companion, so maybe I should be open to it, so I will.
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, well, looks like we have to do that quest for her, which is to go down this way. I'm gonna keep looking around for now. What do we have here? There's something in there. Let's equip our other quests and see what. Celia's in here, wherever that whatever that place is. Who are you?
Well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
Absolutely nothing. Thank you. There's a door out.
Musk and Canid Eyes, right here.
Sebastian Adams. Sounds like someone important.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble.
Alright, let's talk to you.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Where'd you last see him?
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
I'll help you.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys.
That's fair enough. Nothing over here though, other than her, of course. This seems like a pretty dry spell too, so let's take a quick turn into whatever this place is.
Could I get another advance, Mr.
That's
Nandi?
the
Just
boss.
Make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
I'll talk to the boss first.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Yeah, that's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker. Me? I'm charting my own path going... Yeah,
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
It could always be both. Afraid not. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone. Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish? If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
Fair enough.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored.
On our terms.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
How do you mean by that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure...
And you'll have a power...
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's over...
Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information.
Alright, so with that said, that's where I'm going to leave this video off. I know there's still more to do, like I still need to talk to her, or maybe I don't. Maybe that was the quest, it just had the name tag over her for some reason, I don't know. With that said, that's where I'm going to leave this one off. I'll cut back to you guys right where we left off here in the next episode. With that said, that's all I have to say. Thank you for checking this one out. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed it, drop a sub notification bell. Also, make sure to come check out my Twitch stream, links in the description down below. Love to see you guys there. And with that said, that's all I have to say. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.